Are we watching the beginning of World War III? The short answer is probably not. But the safety net is gone, and the margins for error are getting tighter every single day. It looks like a regional fight, but the real winners aren't even on the battlefield. Russia and China aren't sending troops or warships. Instead, they are quietly weaponizing the chaos. Moscow is reportedly feeding real-time satellite data to proxy groups, pinpointing Western defenses. Every billion the U.S. spends intercepting cheap drones in the desert is $1 billion not going to European defense. Meanwhile, China is playing a masterclass in opportunistic economics. While global shipping faces a gauntlet in the Red Sea and the Gulf, Beijing negotiates quiet exemptions. They get discounted oil while the rest of the world foots the bill for the inflation. And that brings us to the real weapon of this war: geography. You don't need to defeat a superpower militarily if you can bleed them economically. The goal is to make the shipping choke points so volatile that insurance premiums and oil prices skyrocket. If crude oil spikes past $140 a barrel and stays there, parts of the global economy tip into a recession. The strategy isn't to win a war of bullets. It's to make the economic pain so severe that Western voters force their leaders to pull the plug. So where does this end? The data points to 3 distinct scenarios. Scenario A, sitting at a 65% probability, is the exhausting status quo. The conflict drags on. No one sends in ground troops because it's political suicide, but the shipping lanes stay restricted. It's a slow, expensive grind that drains Western resources while Eastern powers take notes and profit. Scenario B carries a 25% probability: structural collapse. The targeted regimes don't just weaken, they fracture entirely. The region breaks into lawless territories run by competing warlords. Suddenly, loose advanced weaponry, or worse, enriched nuclear material, is sitting in a void with no one in charge. At that point, a massive, open-ended Western ground intervention becomes unavoidable to secure the assets. Then there's Scenario C. At 10% probability, this is the actual World War III trigger. And the terrifying part? It doesn't require anyone to deliberately push a big red button. It just takes one bad chain reaction. If proxy forces use foreign satellite data to successfully sink an American aircraft carrier, the political pressure to strike the data provider directly becomes unstoppable. A localized skirmish becomes a superpower clash overnight. The only thing standing between a regional crisis and a global war right now is cynical self-interest. The secondary powers are making too much money staying out of the fight to risk jumping in. But when the entire global order balances on a knife's edge, one bad day is all it takes. Which of these 3 scenarios do you think is actually playing out right now? Drop your geopolitical forecast in the comments below. And if you want to keep tracking the hidden forces shaping our world, hit the subscribe button to join Power Lines. We'll see you in the next one.